Hey everyone, it's Amateur, and I'm here with a design team project for ArtAttack, and that's artattacksupplies.com. And just an FYI, you guys, Traci is having a sale this weekend. Many of the things are 15% off, some of them are like 25% off. Trust me, tons of discounts. And everything is on sale except for the Tilda pants, but all of the other paper pants are like 25% off. And that, as it is, she has the lowest prices, and just an FYI, she does have the Bella Rose. She has a lot of the Santoro stamps that just came in and the papers, the Bella Rose papers, and she actually does have the best price for those paper pads because those are a little pricey. So yeah, I'll make sure, of course, to leave a link to the store in the description. So let me go ahead and show you guys what I have made. So, alright. So today, this might be surprising. I just made a card. Just a simple card. And I had different and grander thoughts, but I said, you know what, just a simple card. It's not going to kill anybody. So I used this, and this collection is called Annabelle's Garden, and it is by Karen Smith, and these are my scraps. It's a hot mess there. So I used several of the papers for my project, and I also used this Magnolia Tilda, and this one is Poppy Tilda from the shop as well. And if you guys know or watch my videos, I have issues with their eyes. I just cut them out of the rubber stamp. Yeah, but this is the acetate piece that I stamp on when I don't, so I can see if I plan to paper piece them or whatever. But more on that later on, because I decided to do this video a little different. So without further ado, let me just show you my card. Here is my card. Oh, and I also used these spellbinders because I get asked and then I forget. These all labeled 17, and this is labels Grand Labels 4. And honestly, that's how I store them. I keep them in their plastic thingy, and if you see here, I actually just open up the side and keep them in their original container. And I just cut open the side there and just stack them in there. I'm just too lazy to magnet this and whatever. So anyway, here is my card. It was going to be, initially I did score it and everything, had everything prepared for it to be an easel card, but I think we've seen a lot of easel cards. I just wanted to make a card. So yeah, and this is the Spellbinders Grand, and here is the smaller one, and as you can see, my Magnolia Tilda stamp looks completely different. So let's take a little closer look. I went ahead and when I die cut, I cut around these, and in all actuality, I actually didn't die cut that first part. I just traced around the inside, and then I cut it by hand. I did die cut the second pink one here. And I wanted to trace around it so I can leave some of these beautiful little banners here sticking out, and there's a little pot that stick out, the little ribbon. Here's another little banner, and this is one of the sheets directly from the paper sack. And there is so many of different sheets you can automatically just straight up just use like that and you guys know I love my scene cards. I went ahead and cut out this little birdie, and it was actually over here originally. And this little bunny is from another sheet, and I just cut it out and put it like it was sticking out of the pot. And how cute is that? I love bunnies, you guys. I love bunny stuff. I used to have bunnies as a pet, but they make too much poop. Anyway, and here is, I copy colored my Magnolia Tilda, and once again, it's dimensional. It's a little actually, this is probably one of the flatter cards I've made. I've gone ahead and with one of these, oh my goodness, my flower making tools, or the stylus, I like doing that around the whole image, so it looks more rounded, and looks more dimensional. See? Instead of just flat. Instead of a flat face. Also, the funny thing is, the only one I didn't do was the top of the head. That's because you'll see in the second part of this video what I did. So, here is the hair, and I just colored, and this is where I used my little acetate piece where I layered it over the paper to make sure I got the section that I wanted to. And this is another piece of the paper. Here is one paper for her dress and another paper for her apron. I just really like those roses, and I wanted them in the center. And just a little bit of coloring around. Now, the flower I copy colored, and then I layered tremendously. Because as you can see, it's a little different than the one there. I just did several layers, and then I curled them through the back. Okay, and The other layer right here is just the paper once again. This is another one of the papers, just has beautiful floral prints that go around, and actually one of them is the one that I used for the for her apron, and that's the whole thing. And here is actually, you can see where I had it scored, and then I just glued the back where I originally decided to just make it a card, just a simple sending card. And here is the inside. I just used several different layers. This is just another pink paper for my stash. Here is another one of the prints, and just the white section for you to write your sentiment. Now, the funny thing is, this thing doesn't have a sentiment. It does not. I felt that it didn't have to, because it's a scene card, and it was just, you know, you can send it to just to say hello, whatever. I just wanted something just to sit on a desk and look cute. It didn't have to say happy birthday, thinking of you, or, you know, your face is crooked, whatever. Nothing shaped like a towhead, nothing like that. I just wanted it to be a nice little scene, because I've actually thought of how to use projects in several different ways. Let's say I send this to somebody and they wanted to make it a little hanging sign, because you can easily just punch some holes right here, get some ribbon, some whatever, and it could be a little hanging thing, and it doesn't necessarily have to say anything specifically, if that makes sense. I know that sounds crazy, and everybody's like probably thinking, well, it needs a title, it needs something. No, it does not. And that way you can use it for whatever. So anyhow, I did not like the way I originally did the head for this Magnolia Tilda, so I'm going to add another piece of the video of something that I just recorded while I was making it, to show you that even if you mess up, because once you color an image, it's like you feel like the end of the world when you add something, because I did add the eyes and the smile. When you add something, it's like the end of the world if you did something wrong, or you sneezed, or somebody distracted you or something, and you totally mess it up. So I'm going to add that. Now, a lot of the times I'm asked, like, what is my process, or how do I figure out what to do? Sometimes I wing it, I just go nuts, and when I start something, it'll look like completely different. So, like today, you guys have I've already done the video where I show this as my design team project for ArtAttackSupplies.com. The funny thing is, the finished product will be different than what this looks like. As you can see, the face is different. I am not the biggest fan of the Magnolia bug eyes and the toe heads and stuff, but I wanted to try something new, as you guys have seen in my previous project. So what I did, if you can see the actual stamp, I actually cut out the eyes, the rubber eyes from the actual stamp. So I cut them out just, you know, because whatever. And I showed before how on some of the images I like to cut stamp with stays-on some acetate, so I can, especially if I plan a paper piece like I did this this doll right here. Basically, I just put the section over the paper, then just basically aligned it to where I wanted it. I know you can use one of those Stamp-O-Mahoozits, whatever, that help you position it. That's one thing to do. The thing is, I always like to make this to see if I even like the print, how it's going to look, before I stamp, waste paper, and whatever. So anyhow, I probably already said that anyway. And I've been asked, how does my desk look? And it is a hot mess. So let me this is probably the first time and the only time you guys will probably ever see what it looks like other than the finished project. So there is the card, and here is my desk. These are the Copic markers, and the reason why these are still out is because I don't like the way this ended up. So I'm going to color the head again, and instead of just gluing it on top or replacing the image, I'm going to 3D it, so that way it looks even more dimensional. Anyhow, this is my desk. There's my ATG. It is a hot, holy mess. There is my guillotine cutting thing. Here's the stamp that I used. Here is, I always make extra stamp images, and there is the head that I'm going to be working with. These are the shapes that I use of my spellbinders. I try to keep track of them, because if not, they'll end up everywhere. And I was doing my mason jar dies the other day, and I lost the label, which, funny thing, was in the garbage. But anyway, here is the paper. Here is, like, just cut. It is honestly an unholy mess. But this is the paper. Oh, and this is the paper I use. I'm pretty sure I already mentioned it in the video. And I like to position them. I have different things here and there. So anyhow, I actually wanted to show you how. I'm sorry about that. I just put my hand in front of the camera. So I actually wanted to show you how I would change this, how I would fix this, because I totally do not like the eyes. I freehanded them, and if you can see, the one on this side is a little bit off to the side. The mouth I didn't really like, because I was going to try to put a mouth on there. But I did another one. So let me get closer here so I can show you guys what I plan on doing with that. So, okay, so I already colored it, and I used, to color the skin, I just used the typical, regular, E quadruple 0, E triple 0, E01, and E11. The hair on this one is E11, E13, and E15, and of course they're upside down. So anyhow, and the R20 for the cheeks, which I don't normally like doing that. I now use my colored pencil or some pastels. So anyway, so what I did was, with this image, I don't know if I can, let me see, I don't know if you can see, I actually pierced the hole through where the eyes are, because I don't mind where the eyes are. And I do it in two ways. I actually have these are the Copic multiliners, which you can use to fill in whatever. So, I actually just line it up with my stamp, line it up to how everything is, and with a pencil, oh, I'm not even in frame. Okay, so, sorry, so I line it up, and with the pencil, I just either just make the two little dots so I have defined where it is, or I go ahead and use it with do it with a multiliner. So they're already there, and then I go ahead and with the multiliner just basically make the eyes, and if you can see, I was actually trying to fix the cheeks right there, and make them more lighter than the rouge that look like a streetwalker. So anyhow, I just go in and I put the little eyes. I like the little round eyes. They're really cute. To me, that's not as creepy as those big eyes. So, and so I know that's kind of weird and destructive, and it seems kind of odd to punch holes through the thing. But this way, I get them where they are. And you can practice with a pencil. Truth be told, I actually did another one here, and it's a hot mess here. Okay, this is one that I used. This is what it looks like with, this is what it looks like originally, with those big crazy eyes. And to me, and I know this is probably critical, but, criticizing, these big dotted eyes don't go with these delicate little lines. That's just my thing. It just seems so offset, so they look kind of like they put quarters on someone's face. So anyway, and I use this to cut out the pieces for the little flower right here, because there's like several layers on there. So yes. So, and then I would just go ahead and with a, sorry for the movement there, with a pen I can, you know, just do the little, and I think that's cute. I think I like that better than the one I had. So I use, and this is the 0.05 multiliner, and then I just fill it in as much as I want. Maybe that's a little bit thicker line than I wanted, but it has the face that I wanted. So now I'm just going to lop her head off. No, I'm going to preserve as much of the image, because I might want to use the flower again for another project. So yeah. So now she's got a little happy face, and because she's walking through the garden, and now I'm going to go ahead and place this on top of the card right now. But go ahead and you guys make sure you check the store for the sale and everything, that awesome new things that Traci has. And she has the new Tilda collection coming in, and several of the die cuts, and it's just the fabrics, oh my gosh, so many good things. And she has really some of the best prices. Actually, no, she has the best prices on some of these paper pads out there, okay? So you guys check it out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone!